If you've been stretching your hip every night for the last 2 weeks, and by Tuesday afternoon, they feel exactly the same as they did before you started, I want to show you why. You're stretching for 5 minutes and then sitting for one single position for the next 10 hours. That is not a stretching problem. That is a position problem. And in this video, I'm going to give you a functional way to sit instead of a chair. Exactly how long to hold each one and how to make each one easier if it's too much, and most importantly, how to test whether it's actually doing anything for you. Because I'm not interested in giving you a routine you cannot measure. So before we get to the positions, let's get it before test. Test one. Sit down on the floor. Then sit back up. Do not worry about how it looks. Just count how many points of support you use. 2 hands, knees, the couch. Count them. Test 2. Squat down as low as you can, keeping your heels on the ground. Hold it for 10 seconds. Notice these things. How deep you get, whether your heels come up. Where do you feel the block? Front of the ankle, front of the hips, or low back, rounding under. Write those down. Screenshot them. Take a video of yourself when you're coming back to those at the end. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that chairs are evil. Chairs are great. Chairs are comfortable. I'm sitting in one right now to edit this video. The problem is not the chair. The problem is most people, the chair is the only position they use all day long. Think about what a chair does to you. Your hips sit all about 90 degrees, your knees at about 90 degrees, your ankles sit right in the middle, your glutes completely off, your ribs round forward over your pelvis, and you never once have to get down to the floor and back up. 8 to 12 hours a day, every day for years. Then you go to the gym and you wonder why the bottom of your squat feels like a locked door, or why you cannot sit cross-legged on the floor with your kids for more than a minute, or why your back is angry after driving to Memphis. Here's the rule. I want you to remember your body keeps the range you visit. If you never visit it, you slowly rent it out. Tissues don't get tight because it hates you. It gets tight because that is the only position you ever gave it. So the fix is not a longer stretching routine. The fix is more positions per day. Let's get into them. Position number 1, long sitting. Legs straight out in front of you, feet relaxed, and I want you to sit tall, like you are growing up out of your hips, through the top of your head. This one hits hip flexion with straight knees, hamstring tolerance, and upright spine all at the same time. It also exposes something fast. If the only way you can sit here is by rolling onto your tailbone with a rounded low back, that is information. 1 cue, grow tall out of your hips. Take 1 long exhale and stay tall. The common mistake is collapsing back and just hanging there on your low back. If it is too hard, sit up on a folded blanket or a cushion so your hips are higher than your legs. Bend your knees a little or sit with your back near a wall. If it is too easy, take your hands off the floor, then slowly reach your chest towards your legs while staying tall. Start with 1 to 2 minutes and move towards 3 to 5. Position number 2, the cross-legged sit. This is one you already know. Cross your shins and let your knees relax out to the side and sit tall. This is the hip external rotation and abduction, and is the position almost everybody defaults to. Here's the part everybody misses. After a couple of minutes, switch which leg is in front. Most people have crossed the same leg in front of them for 20 years and have never noticed. Go ahead and switch it right now. If the second version feels like a completely different person's hips, congratulations, you found an asymmetry. Q. Knees heavy, chest tall, jaw soft. If this is too hard, get a cushion under your hips so your hips sit higher than your knees. Put your back against the couch. If it is easy, bring your feet in closer towards butterfly. Take your hands off your knees and sit tall without leaning on anything. 2 to 5 minutes each way. Position number 3, and this is one almost nobody does, the 90-90 side sit. Some people call it the Z sit. Front leg bent about 90 degrees in front of you, back leg bent about 90 degrees out to the side. Both shins on the floor. Sit tall over your hips. Here's why I care about this one. It is in this position, one hip is in external rotation and the other hip is in internal rotation at the same time. Internal rotation is usually the first range people lose, and when you lose hip internal rotation, it tends to show up as pinching in the bottom of your squat, a low back that takes over when you rotate, a golf swing that stops halfway, or a hip that just feels stuck no matter how much you stretch the outside out of it. Q. Sit tall over the front hip. Keep the low back quiet and breathe. Common mistake: cranking your knees into the position and letting the back leg twist your pelvis around. This should feel like a position you are sitting in, not a position you are forcing. Too hard? Put your hands behind you or beside you. Sit on a cushion and open the angles up wider than 90. Too easy? Hands off. Lean your chest slightly over the front of your front shin and then switch sides without using your hands. 1 to 3 minutes each side, and pay attention to which side is worse because that is the side that gets more of your time. Position number 4, heel sitting and kneeling. Kneel down, toes pointed back towards you, and sit your hips down towards your heels. Sit tall. This one covers knee flexion, quad and hip flexion, getting length and your ankles going into plantar flexion. Then there is a second version. Tuck your toes under and sit your hips back towards your heels. This one adds toe extension and gives the bottom of your foot a serious wake-up call. Q. Weight into your shins, tall through your chest, and slow breaths out. Common mistakes: dropping all the way down before your knees and ankles are ready and deciding the position is the problem. So make it easier. Roll a towel and put it behind your knees. Put a cushion between your hips and your heels. Keep your hands on the floor in front of you and take some of the weight off. And a real note here: if you had knee replacement, meniscus surgery, a recent knee or ankle injury, or you get sharp pains instead of a stretch, modify this one or skip it. There are 3 other positions in this video. Start at 30 to 60 seconds and build towards 2 or 3 minutes. Now a bonus 5th one, because this is the best test of all of these: the deep squat set. Feet about shoulder width apart, toes turned out a little, squat all the way down and just rest there. Let your hips hang. Do not fight it. If your heels come up, put a book, wedge, or roll a towel under them. If you feel like you are going to tip over backwards, hold a door frame. That is not cheating, that is scaffolding. 30 to 90 seconds a couple times a day. Okay, how do you actually fit this into your real day? Here's a rule: rotate, do not marathon. Your target is 20 to 30 minutes of floor sitting per day, and that is added up across the whole day, not done all at once. Change positions every 2 to 5 minutes. When positions start to bug you, that is your cue to move to the next one. And getting uncomfortable and changing position is not you failing the drill, that is the drill. And here is the best part: you are not adding a workout, you are just changing where your butt goes when you were already going to be sitting. Keep it near a couch so you can bail into support whenever you need to. And one more thing: sit down and stand up on purpose. Every single time you get there, down there and back up, that transfer is the exercise. Try to use one less hand each time you do it. Now let's go back to those tests. Test 1, sit down and stand up. How many points of support did you need? This time, same or fewer. Test 2, heels down, squat, hold 10 seconds deeper. Heels quieter, less pinching in the front of the hip. Do the retest right after 10 minutes of floor setting, and then do it again 2 weeks later. And keep chart of this. This is how you know that you're improving. So here's the whole plan: lone sit, cross leg, 90 degrees both sides, and deep squat if you have time. Rotate every 2 to 5 minutes. Do this once or twice a day. Try to get 20 to 30 minutes of sitting. If you're able to do that, then and retest it every 2 weeks, and if you're making progress, then great. floor setting is for you. I'm Alex with the Pannell Performance Group. If you enjoyed this video, give me a like and comment below, and go check out my other videos that are just like this. Thanks for watching.